Hey there, future doctors. I'm pretty sure with a lot of updates with the KA that is coming up, there's a lot of confusion also that is going to be there on how do I go about with the verification. Should I report to KA? Should I not report to KA? Well, there's so much confusion that is going to be there because there are so many people telling you so many different things across the way. Well, we hope this video will give you the clarity on what your next steps are if you have to go for the document verification or not. Or should you report to KA for any document edits or not? With that being said, if your KA application is absolutely perfect, you do not want to make any changes in your KA application, well, then you do not have to report to the KA or do anything on the KA portal to make any changes. Your documents are absolutely perfect and you do not have to do anything. Apart from that, one of the biggest challenges that we hear is, sir, I don't know if I take NEET examination or NEET counseling in my KCT application, or if I have not take, should I go to KA, should I not go to KA? Well, that there is that confusion that is still existing. Well, all you have to do is, if you've taken for all PCMB courses or all PCB courses, then you don't have to specifically tick NEET courses once again there. So that is going to serve absolutely right even when the NEET counseling appears for the KE as well. But in case you have not selected B, that is the subject of biology, you only selected physics, chemistry and math, then you will have to go to the KE office and tell them that you want to also opt for the NEET services as well or for the NEET counseling process as well. So this is the first step. The biggest question that is there is you will have to go to KEA and get your NEET verified if you have not taken for PCMB or PCB. Now that being said, if you come under the category 1, that is OBC category 1, SC or ST, and if your income is going to be under 10 lakhs, well, here's a little bit of an update. If you're an SC or an ST candidate and your income is under 10 lakhs, you can check your income certificate and the RD number that is there. If you have not updated it previously, you can update it once again on the KEA edit window as well. If you're a category 1 candidate and have an income below 10 lakhs, as per the latest notification, if your income is below 10 lakh, you can update your RD number so that you will be able to claim for the fee concession benefit that is there. But however, there's a small catch in this. As per the UGCET 2025's information bulletin, for OBC category 1 candidates, the income has to be lesser than 2.5 lakh rupees. However, what do we advise? If your income is lesser than 10 lakh rupees and you have the income certificate, update the RD number on the KEA's portal as well. Now, coming to the minorities, we have two minorities in the state of Karnataka, that is the religious minority and the linguistic minority. If you come under the religious minority, that if you're either a Christian or a Muslim, but you still haven't claimed your minority, then you can go to the KE edit window portal and you will be able to claim for your religious minority there. But you'll have to update the RD number of the minority certificate that is issued by the revenue department as well. Followed by which, if you are claiming linguistic minority, meaning your mother tongue is Tamil, Telugu or Tulu, and if you have not claimed for linguistic minority previously but want to claim the benefit, you will have to take your necessary documents and visit the KEA office for the claiming of the linguistic minority as well. Now, coming to Clause A candidates. For Clause A candidates, if, like I told you at the start of this video, if all the details are absolutely perfect, then there is no reason for you to make any changes or visit the KE office. But if you're a Clause A candidate, irrespective of you come under the ICSE board, the state board or the CBSE board or any foreign national boards for that matter, but in your KE application, your document status says claimed but not verified, or if any term of not verified is existing, then you have to go to the nearest government PU college to get your documents verified, and this is going to get later updated in your verification slip as well. Now, coming to the other clauses, if you're coming under Clause B to Clause O as well, and if your documents are not verified, once again, you will have to go to the KEA office to get all of your documents to be verified as well. So, again, where do you check all of this? You check your KEA application, and if the document status says not verified, irrespective of what clause you're coming under, Clause A, go to your nearest government PU college. Clause B to O, report to the KE office in Malleshwaram to get your documents verified as well. Now, coming to, let us say, if everything is right in your application, now the verification slip that is there for download is going to be your CET's verification slip. Now, what do I mean by this? If you registered for KCT, including for NEET, or you selected all PCB or PCMB courses, but if you're not able to download the verification slip, that means you weren't or you have not written the CT exam. So this verification slip is only for those candidates who have written their common entrance test, that is the CT examination. Only they are able to download the verification slip. But you might wonder, what about the students who are only appearing for NEET in the KA? A separate link later on is going to be released for you to download your NEET verification slip. Why, you may ask? Because the KA is still not released an update where you can update your NEET application number and your NEET marks and your NEET rank. Only after that will you be able to download your verification slip for NEET as well. Now, another important question that I kept getting asked all the time is, we have not registered for Karnataka because I didn't know what were the benefits of Karnataka. Well, if you have not previously registered for Karnataka State Counselling, well, as far as what the KE officials have confirmed, that they will release another registration window, a fresh registration window for candidates who have not registered previously, and this registration window is going to be purely only for your NEET courses as well. Now, another question that comes in is, I come under clause Z, I am an NRI candidate, I want to claim ward of NRI. I've claimed for these categories, but my documents are not verified. Well, for the CET setup, there is no category called as the NRI or the NRI ward. This is going to be specific and limited to only the NEET setup, that is your medical counseling setup, that is going to be there. So, if you're an NRI candidate or a clause Z candidate, the KA shall release further dates for document verification and claiming of the same as well. So there is no changes that you will have to do apart from the other above changes that were listed if you come under one of these categories. Now, finally, who should not go to KE is one of the questions that you're going to be following. Well, a lot of people who've been able to download their verification slip, there's a small change, or the format of the date of birth is not matching, or the date of birth is also not matching, but your KE application, you put the correct date of birth. Well, that is a KA technical error, and once again, after the edit window is going to be there between the 2nd to the 4th of June, the KA shall release the updated verification slip as well on the 5th of July, and that is where you will be able to re-download your verification slip as well. That being said, after you've made the edits, do not immediately expect the verification slip. We request all of you to please be patient till the 5th of July in order to download your updated verification slip. For further more details, you can always get in touch with the team of Hello Mentor, and we are more than happy to help you along the journey.